Hello? Oh, you can hear me? Hi.
Yeah. I feel like the room is going to tilt this way. I'm going to fall over. How beautiful to be here. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're in the Siddur on page 5. You can open up the red Siddur that says Lev Shalem on it to page 5. And the bottom half of the page, the words of Shalom Aleichem. We welcome in the angels of Shabbat.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Our rabbis of antiquity tried to figure out how do you make Friday night feel different? Otherwise, every night kind of feels the same. One runs into the next. I don't know how many of you this happened to in the last week or two or years, where you turn to somebody and you go, what day is it? And they go, Thursday. You go, I thought it was Monday. Like you're just confused as to what day it is. And so how do you make Friday feel different? We just had a bunch of 5-year-olds in the room, and I asked them, what's different about Shabbat? And a hand shoots up in the air, and I go, yes. And it was a 5-year-old, a TK kid. I go, what's different about Shabbat? He goes, we drink wine. Yes, yes, yes. And also, think of all the things that are different on Shabbat. And so if you were the kind of person who would daven, who would pray 3 times a day, every day, whether it was a Monday or a Friday or Yom Kippur or Super Bowl, you have morning and afternoon and evening, you have to make this evening feel different. And so the Mariv service we'll get to in, an hour or two. Let's see how long we sing. In about, 20 minutes, we'll get to Mariv. But before we do Mariv, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to shed off the skin of unanswered emails, of Excel spreadsheets, of phone messages, of traffic and news, and all the things that we would otherwise be worried about. And we have to remind ourselves it's Friday, it's Shabbat, the 5-year-olds have had a glass of wine, and we get to have a glass of grape juice or something later as well, to just take this moment and revel in it. So on page 11 in our Siddur, the beginning of the Psalms, there are a number of Psalms for Kabbalat Shabbat, just to try so hard to lift our spirits. Page 11, Lechu Neranana.
Lechu neranena l'Adonai, nariya letzor yishenu, nikadma fanav betoda, bizmirot nariya lo, nikadma fanav betoda, Bizmirot nariya lo, ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim, asher asher biyado mechkerei haaretz v'toafot harim lo. Asher biyado mechkerei haaretz v'toafot harim lo.
Where Maya and I go to summer camp, where we spend our summers, and a month or 2 months over the summer, we get to frolic through the hills of Simi Valley. On Shabbat, we all wear white, head to toe white. The email that goes home before camp says, not off-white, white. No logos. I put on a tie just because I thought it's okay. I don't know. But we wear white, and so when I heard Maya's wearing a white dress, I thought, of course, I have to wear my Camp Alonim suit as well. It feels heavenly. And also at camp, when you walk to Shabbat services, you have hundreds, 400 kids, all wearing white, walking down the path all the way to the special place at the far end of camp. By the time you get over the bridge and far away, by the time you get all the way there, nobody's wearing white. They're all wearing a brownish color. And so I feel very lucky that to get here today, I did not have to cross those dirt paths and those bridges with all the leaves and everything else. That's beautiful over the summer, but I get to keep my suit a little bit closer to the white shade. It is heavenly. Page 14, at the red caret, the red arrow on the page, Yismechu HaShamayim, bringing a piece of that Shemaim, of that heavenliness, right here.
Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tahagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tahagel haaretz. Yeram hayam, yeram hayam, yeram hayam umlo, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, yeram hayam umlo, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, yeram hayam umlo, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, yeram hayam umlo. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tahagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tahagel haaretz.
We're at the bottom of page 20, Romemu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kahadsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kahadsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kahadsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kahadsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
On page 23, there's this poem that was written about 500 years ago up in Tzfat, up in the heavenly hills of Tzfat, Lecha Dodi. We're all going to sing together with Maya, who's going to stand at the microphone. I know.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad hishmiyanu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad u'shema echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'litila Adodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Likrat Shabbat lechu velnecha kihi mekor. Habarach hamerosh miketem nesucha sof maaseh memachashav techila. Lecha Dodi kakala pene Shabbat nekabila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzei mitov chafecha rav lach shevet b'mekabecha vechu yachamo alayich nila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Hina ari mea farkumi livshi bigday. Tifartecha mi al yad ben Yishai. Beit halach min karva al nashi. Gaela Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Hitoreri kiva orech kumi uri shir daberi kavod Adonai alayich nigla. That's all I
Pene Shabbat nekabila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Lo tevoshi ve'lo tikalmi ma tishtochachi u'ma tehemi bach yechesu aniei ami v'nivneta ir al tila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. V'hayu limshisa shosayich v'rachaku kol mevalayich yasis alayich Elohayich imsos katan al kala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat. Yaminu smoti frotzi vet Adonai taritzi al yad ish ben parzi v'nismecha. V'nagila Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat
If you're able, we rise, we face the door.
לקראת קהלה,
B'nei Shabbat.
לקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated. I love that moment of facing the entryway as if to say anybody who comes in should feel welcome. So thank you to Toby, thank you to Mark for being our greeters tonight, to make sure that when people come here, they feel welcome, even though knowing that most of the people came through the middle door and avoided going through the front door at all. Still, I hope that anybody who comes here tonight or any day feels welcome and feels safe and feels like they can be here and pray here and join us. We're going to sing the psalm for Shabbat. Is that right? Page 27? Yes, sir. All right, page 27. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. עלי עשה ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בחינות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
Before we go into the evening service, unless we're doing tomorrow? Whatever you want. All right, let's sing Tzadika Tamar.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
We got nowhere to go. 9:30 in the morning, we have to be here anyway. Page 28 at the red arrow.
Tzadika Tamar yifrach, ke'erez balvanon yizkeh, shetulim beveit Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. Od yenuvon beseva, deshenim verananim yehiyu, lehagid ki ashar Adonai tzuri velo avlata bo.
Thank you. Around 13 years ago, my wife and I got married on Wilshire Boulevard at the Sephardic Temple. And a few months, we opened all of our gifts and we wrote thank you notes, even though we didn't use any of them. We put them in storage and got on a plane and went to Israel. And And we lived in Israel for a year. We lived in Jerusalem in the area called Nachlaot, right across the street from the Shuk. If you've been to Jerusalem, you've walked by our old apartment. If you opened the windows of our tiny, tiny apartment, you could smell whatever was fresh in Machane Yehuda that day. And it was nice when it was mangoes. Right before Pesach, it was piles of garlic. And other times a year, it was, tilapia, which is a less good day as you open the windows. Our whole apartment was, in my imagination, I was saying less than the size of the bima, but like a quarter the size of the bima was our apartment as newlyweds in Jerusalem. And something amazing about being there is we got to live for the year like Israelis. We went shopping for household goods and for dinner every day. We found restaurants that we liked on our own. We found services that we liked to go to on Fridays. There was a little place over here, and on Saturdays over there, but on the holidays we went over there. We walked to friends' houses bringing carafes of soup or of salads. We learned how to use Celsius in our toaster. We were confused as to why our oven in our apartment only went to 165 degrees. Like, what can you cook? And it's Celsius. It took us a long time. And instead of where a dishwasher would be in a kitchenette was a washing machine. And if you can find a dryer in all of Jerusalem, good luck to you. That's amazing. So we'd hang our clothes to dry, which meant during the summers, our clothes would dry in about 20 minutes. During the winters, it took about a week for our clothes to get dry. So we lived like Israelis. We got jobs that we went to occasionally, and we went to school, and we volunteered, and paying taxes in Jerusalem, by the way, not recommended. It's very confusing. It's confusing here, but there, even more so. We were stuck with this strange problem. How do you try to be American when you don't live in America? How do you show you are American? How do you hold on to that patriotism when you live 9,000 miles away from home? How can you be American? Which is something I never thought about because I lived my other, at that point, 30 years or whatever in America, in New York or in Los Angeles. I never thought about how do I show that I'm American? I mean, my red, white, and blue MC Hammer pants, of course, I would wear those every day. And in the morning, of course, we'd stand up and sing the Star-Spangled Banner. How do you show you're American? And at a certain point, I wonder if this is why. We watched The West Wing every night. Like to give us a taste of a fictional America, but at least there was this American idea. And then what do you do? I mean, day to day maybe, but what do you do on July 4th when you don't live in America? How do you note this special day? What do you do on election night when you're not living in America, when election night happens at 3 in the morning when you're in Jerusalem? What do you do on Thanksgiving? They don't sell roast turkeys, and if they did sell turkeys, we couldn't fit it in our tiny little oven sitting on top of the counter. How do you celebrate? How do you be an American when you're far away? And part of me was wishing that I was given some sort of book as to how to be an American when you're not in America. What would that book look like of how to be an American if you don't live here? We did get a handout from the school I was with saying, if you want to develop film, there's a place to develop film. 13 years ago, there was no film some of you, but nobody had film to develop. All of the things that we had were antiquated. I just wanted a little book that tells me how to be an American when you're overseas. And I think about that because we have that for Jews. We have the Torah written, something around 3,300 years ago that tells us what it's like being a Jew if you're wandering in the desert. Here are commandments, mitzvot, obligations for you to find holiness in a specific time and place. And most of those we can't observe anymore. Of antiquity, about 1,500 to 2,000 years ago, started having conversations. How do you live as a Jew if the essence of Judaism has disappeared? There is no temple in Jerusalem. How do you live as a Jew? If you go to Babylonia, if you're in Bavel, if you're somewhere far away, how do you know that you're Jewish? And then as time went on, that was 1,500 or 2,000 years ago, the Mishnah and the Talmud. Then as time went on, the rabbis of the time realized that they wanted something more, something different, because the Talmud is beautiful and I love it and I study it, but there's 4 strikes against it. So 500 years ago, they realized these strikes. One, it's written mostly in Aramaic, a language that was no longer the lingua franca 500 years ago. Two, there's a lot of stories. It's 5,400 pages. It's long. And a lot of that is amazing, beautiful, miraculous, incredible stories that I love, that Shira talked about last week, and I love to study and teach. But those stories take up a lot of page space. And number three, a lot of the rules have to do with a temple. That doesn't exist anymore. The rabbis of the Talmud didn't have a temple to sacrifice animals. They still wrote laws of how to live in the world as if that temple still existed. They didn't have access to that. So here's our I think I had one more, but I forget it now. And so here's our rabbis about 500 years ago. And there was one guy who was born in Toledo. Toledo in 1488 was the center of Judaism. Toledo in 1488 was Crown Heights, was Pico Robertson. Everywhere you go is Jewish. Everything is Jewish. The food is kosher. The city shuts down on Shabbat. And for those of you who are good at history and math, you know that somebody born in 1488 in Toledo, Toledo, Spain. I should have made that clear, not Ohio. Toledo, Spain, 1488. So Yosef Karo was born there in 1488. And when he was 4 years old, it became impossible to be Jewish. To imagine living in Crown Heights or Pico Robertson, where you just wake up and go to sleep every day as a Jew, because that's how everybody lives, and realize that you can't anymore. So his family escaped Spain, went to Portugal, until they had to escape Portugal and go to Turkey, until they had to escape Turkey. And so Yosef Karo ended up in Tzfat, in northern Israel, in this mystical town where the fog kind of hangs over the mountains all day. There's something about it that just feels otherworldly. That's why it's an artist colony now, because there's something so deep and vibrant and beautiful and hidden about this spot. Yosef Karo went there, and for 30 years, he worked on a book. And the central question of the book is, how do you be Jewish when you're not living in a place that is Jewish? When you're surrounded by enemies or foreigners or foreign governments, how can you feel Jewish? And when looking for a name for the book, he turned to the book of Psalms, to a line that many of you know, even if you don't know, you know it. Ta'aroch lafanai shulchan neged sorai, dishantav Hashem roshi kosi revaya. In English, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. It's the 23rd Psalm. We say this Psalm, we learn it a lot, we say it a lot, but especially when somebody has passed away at a funeral, we say this Psalm. And that line, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and that was his inspiration. So Yosef Karo, after 30 years of working on the book, called his book the set table, as if to say, this is the set table in the presence of my enemies. You want to know how to be Jewish, how to live without fear, how to live in a godly way in the presence of outsiders? Here it is. In Hebrew, it's Shulchan Aruch. And so, all of these centuries ago, he wrote this book. Now, I am not an Orthodox Jew. I don't follow every law to the letter of the law as was written in the Shulchan Aruch, because we really can't anymore. But here's what I love about the Shulchan Aruch, is that it tells you, the opening of it, the first law of it, talks about how to wake up in the morning. What do you do first thing in the morning? And it goes through, over the course of 4 books, it talks about how to live your life in a day-to-day way, how to live your life in a Shabbat way, in a holiday way, with family purity, family relationships. It goes through all of the steps of how to be Jewish. If you want a guide for how to be Jewish, that takes away all the excess of the Talmud, the beautiful, beautiful excess of the Talmud, it's in the Shulchan Aruch. And he sat down, and for 30 years he worked on this. And I bring it up today because tonight is his 450th yahrzeit. 450 years ago today, Yosef Karo, right before Pesach, at the age of 83, my math might be wrong, somewhere around 80, in his 80s, he died. And I think about what his legacy is at this point. He gave us a book that redefined Judaism for us. The Judaism that we know today isn't the Judaism of the Torah, it's the Judaism of our rabbis, reading it through the lens of Yosef Karo 400-something years ago. That's the Judaism that we live. And as somebody who isn't so medactic, so specific about all of the different rules of the Torah and of the Shulchan Aruch, I follow them to the way that makes sense for me. You might be going, Rabbi, this isn't spiritual. This is very specific. How to wake up, which shoe to put on first, how to light candles on Shabbat, all of these specific rules, How is that spiritual and beautiful? Shouldn't Judaism just be how you feel and how you live your life? I think that's what he was doing. What he was doing is making it so that everything you do can be imbued with holiness. We think about most of our tasks throughout the day as yom-yom, as whatever, as I just do it the way I do it. And what he says, that everything that you do can be holy. How you act. And of course, how you light Shabbat candles, and how you say Kiddush, and how you sing Lecha Dodi, sure. But even more than that, how you wake up, and how you go to sleep. Everything in your life can be holy. We have these Shabbat candles up here that were lit by Joyce, and we sang the blessing before with all the TK kids, all these 4- and 5-year-olds. But now to invite Maya's family up in just a moment to realize that we can do everything with holiness. We turn on the lights and we light candles and we do all of these things every day. There's not much thought to it. If you have a house where you light candles, you light the candles without thinking about it. If you have a house where you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth and you get ready for work, you don't think about it. And Shulchan Aruch says to be Jewish means that you have the chance to bring holiness, sanctity, something special into everything that you do. So we'll take this chance now to honor the Shulchan Aruch on his yahrzeit and to honor Shabbat, because it's what we've been doing for how many centuries, to say the blessing over the candles. So we'll invite Maya to come up here and Betty to come up here. And we invite Maya's family, however you want to define yourself, to come up here and join us. Jen and Noah. Jonah, you want to come up too? Any cousins, aunts, uncles,
Cousins.
whoever wants to join
Beverly
us.
Hills, come on up.
Welcome to join us.
Cousins.
Naomi's welcome to join us. No? That's it. No. Sarah's going to join us. Is that right, Sarah? Okay. Oh, best
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner, shel Shabbat.
Lehadlik ner, shel Shabbat. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. If you're able, we invite you to rise. We're going to invite Noah and Jonah to open up the ark for us as we sing the words of Baruch Hu. Our Siddur on page 39a.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorah le'olam va'ed. Ma'avir yom, umevi laila, umavdil ben yom, uvein laila. Adonai tefa'ot shemo, el hai v'kayam, tamidim lo chaleinu, le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo.
Hama'ariv aravim.
Amen. On page 40, Ahavat Olam, we remind ourselves this is a universe of love.
Avat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otalu lemadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shachveinu u'bekumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהגי ימם ולילה.
ואהבתה אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני,
Baruch hu, Baruch Shemo.
זוכר עמו ישראל.
Amen.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha v'chayut hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'veitecha uvleftecha v'derech ושטופך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך וחיו לתוצפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We'll continue on page 44 with Micha Mocha.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. It's your turn. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha boilim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, noratilot osefele, osefele. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, Okeyam lifnei Moshe, malchutecha ra'u vanecha. Okeyam lifnei Moshe, ze'eli anu ve'ameru Adonai yimloch leolam leolam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ne'emar ki vada Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, baruch ata Adonai. God Yisrael, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, amen.
Page 45, Hashki Venu. We'll sing together.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzeteinu, uvoenu, lechaim u'shalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Baruch ata Adonai, hapore sukat shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim, amen. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Baruch ata Adonai, hapores sukat shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim, amen.
Amen. We invite Michael and Jennifer to come up and share an English reading with us.
Help us.
Wait. All right. Peace means more than quiet. Help us, O God, to lie down in peace, but teach us that peace means more than quiet. Remind us that if we are to be at our peace at night, we must take heed how we live by day. Grant us the peace that comes from honest dealing, so that no fear of discovery will haunt our sleep. Rid us of resentment and hatreds, which rob us of the peace we crave. Liberate us from enslaving habits, from another's loss. May we live so... I can't read right now. May we so live that we can face the world with serenity and with grace. May we feel no remorse at night for what we have done during the day. May we lie down in peace tonight and awaken tomorrow to a richer and fuller life.
Amen. Thank you. We're on page 46. Those who are able, we stand up. We rise. If we're able, page 46, Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
Amen.
בעלמא דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון וחיי תלכות בית ישראל. Bagala, bagala, uvitzman karif, ve'imeru, amen. Yeheshmei rabba mevora, ve'al me'omaya, yitbarach, ve'yishtabach, ve'yitpa'ar, ve'ramam, ve'yitnaseh, ve'yitadar, ve'yitaleh, ve'yitalal, shemei dekudesh shabarechu, le'ela min kol birhata, ve'shirata, tushbechata, ve'nehemata, damiran be'alma, ve'imeru, amen.
Amen. The evening Amidah is an individual time for prayer. You can follow the words starting on page 47 or just the words in your heart, in your soul. When you're finished with your personal prayer, you may be seated.
Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen.
On the inside back cover of our Siddur, the words of Misha Berach, a prayer of healing. If you have names to add to our list, let us know after Shabbat. For now, we have a list of people we're thinking of today during this prayer.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor habracha le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
Yitzchak ben Ruchel, Menucha bat Necha, Shlomo ben Rivka, Rivka bat Sarah, Yonatan Reuven ben Rivka, Lezer ben Chava, Harav Chaim Yaakov ben Pesha, Chava, Fredel ben Meira Noga, Naphtali ben Devora, Meira Yaakov bat Gitta, Brina, Yehudit bat Sarah, Yosef ben Devora, Moshe ben Yehudit, Rabbi Alana Greenblatt, Greg Watson, David Gould, Andrew Jennings, Asa Luo, Al Sanderson, Shirley Rutkovitz, John Ogle, Ron Kadish, Diana Beffa Brill, Carl Weiss, Gary Engler, Jeff Lewis, Barry Perkin, Katrinka Schiffman, Stephen Ross, Miriam Garfield, Chanalea bat Alice, Kasil Shmuel ben Esther, Pesa bat Bracha, Fega Meira bat Reitza, Joy Rosenthal, Avram Yaakov ben Sarah, Victor Goldstein, Chaya Malka bat Ruchel, Jill Powell, Yitzchak ben Fega, Maya Ruth bat Esther, Moshe ben Fega, Erica Petrus, Benjamin ben Rivka, Bob Brooks, Shmuel Leib ben Chana, Shlomo ben Ruth, Sima bat Miriam, Yochanan ben Chana, Yaakov ben Sarah, Lois Gursky.
Misha Berach imotenu mikor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen.
Page 54, Kaddish Shalem.
Yitkadav Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yom Adivra Kirutei V'Amlich Malchutei B'chaychon U'V'Yomechon B'chayidecho Beit Yisrael B'Agalav Yizman Kari V'Imru
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach La'alam Olam Me'omaya Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yipa'ar V'Yitromam V'Yitnasei V'Yitadar V'Yitaleh V'Yitilau Shemei Dekudusha Elam min kol b'chata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, damiram yama v'imru. Yitkabalt loton v'oton, decho Yisrael, kadam v'hon v'shmaya v'imru. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom v'imromav, uyaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Those able, we rise. We invite Maya and her father, Michael, to join us on the bima for Kiddush. Special Kiddush for Friday night. The Kiddush cup that Maya is using is one that is the synagogue's gift to her, but we'll wrap it up tonight, so you will be present.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu ad kadshon v'ahavat ratzon v'ron Bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah mikdash zechen tziat chaim, ki anu b'chata v'teshkat kohanim, kadshon avat v'ratzon v'yalanu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim.
Shabbat shalom.
While Maya finishes the grape juice in there. Well, actually, Noah and Jonah, you want to come up here to lead us? She did it. You want to, Jonah and Noah, come on up here to say motzi for us. I made this challah myself. Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Those who are able to remain standing, Alenu's on page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liot zeher breshit, shelama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kichol hamonam, v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Noteh Shamayim Ve'osed Haaretz U'moshav Yekaro B'Shamayim Mima'al U'shchinatu Zo Begavei Meromim U'Eloheinu Einot Emet Malkeinu Efezulato Hakatu betorato, yadata hayom v'hashevota elevabecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, b'shamayim mima'al, v'yal haaretz v'yal haaretz mitachat ein od. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai himlach le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol ha'aretz hayom hahu yihyeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad.
You may be seated. This week, this first full week of the month of Nisan, our community notes the yard sites of Jeffrey Cates, Libby Kolke, Nadine Levy, Mac Ratson, Lillian Dullman, Minnie Goldstein, Jerome Goodman, Belle Levin, Max Portnoy, Hyman Entel, Esther Exler, Stan Rubens, Selig Spiro, Molly Solkis, Marcy Budish, Alan Canner, Howard Landon, Max Laurie, Ruth Minkus, Laura Norwich, Dorothy Frankel, Marilyn Gressman, Peter Hellewell, Hertha Levy, Beverly Rashu, Alex Smith, Martin Fleiss, Abe Lutzker, Maury Pollock, Dora Borenstein, Israel Borenstein, Helen Finkelstein, Anna Konigsberg, Jean Lippman, Adolf Berger, Phyllis Gutman, Sarah Joseph, Jacqueline Rubin, Joel Spitzer, Betty Welsh, Maurice Zeeland, and Myrtle Zeeland. In addition, we're in a period of Shloshim this first month of mourning for Alan Lipkin and Gabriella Irit Reilanu. May their memories be a blessing. Other names to add for this week for Yahrzeit? Ethel Brooks. Josette Bat Shoshana. May their memories be a blessing. Anyone with a Yahrzeit want to share a brief memory of who they're here to say Kaddish for? Great. Sherry. Sure. 47 years. Wow. Wow, wow. Right. Yeah. Wow. All right, your best friend wants to give you some comfort, if that's okay. We're on page, it's okay, that's the whole joy of this. We're on page 58, Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish. If you are in a period of mourning or observing a Yahrzeit, you're welcome to rise and join with us in these words on page 58. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rava ve'alma divara kirute ve'amlich malchute ve'chaye chon uvyom echon uvechaye dechol beit Yisrael v'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach Omei Omaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudasha b'richu lehela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen Yehei shalama Rabba min shamaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Osei shalom b'romav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Amen. You may be seated. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Tomorrow morning, 9:30 in the morning, Cantor Kenny and I will get to officiate the bat mitzvah of Maya Gosland, the one and only. Thank you, Mariano, for adding so much music to our service, and Cantor Kenny for helping lead our service, and Betty for joining us on the bima and helping make sure that Maya is ready for this wonderful moment. To the Gosland extended family, glad we get to celebrate with you tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow night, because of the time change and everything else, 8:30 at night, we have Havdalah online only. So you can join us online for Havdalah at 8:30. And Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. minyan. To note that on Sunday at 5 p.m. we have Rachel in reserves. She served in the IDF. She served in Miluim, and she's coming here on Sunday to share part of her story of what's been happening on the ground in Israel. So it's a really important conversation for those who can join us for that. It'll be right here. And on the second night of Pesach, we host the something like 60th annual, Passover Seder. So feel free to join us on April 23rd. RSVP to somebody. Just to us. I don't know. To Felicia. I don't know. Find her and tell her you're coming. I don't know. Any other big announcements? Things that we have coming up? Great. Wonderful. Only blessings, only good things.
Amen.
Join us after services in Spiegel Hall for a little bite to eat. But for now, Hatikva, a song of hope, an anthem of hope. Those who are able, we rise, we face the flag of Israel. If you like the lyrics, they're on page 448 in our Siddur, so we can sing these together.
עוד בלבב בנימה נפש יהודי הומיה ופאתי מזרח קדימה עין לציון תופיע עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.